All right, kicking off now, we have Canyon Ambush. Canyon Ambush is a map dominated by large open spawns to the north and south of the map with a very natural labyrinthian-like structure in its center. The canyon is a haven for ambush, which is why it's called its name, giving flanking ships a lot of maneuverability and a lot of opportunities to get in close, take opportunities that they can and get the first shot off. Low and high-flying cloud cover in this area as well, which definitely favors the closer range combat. However, longer range ships have the opportunity to sit in the open spawns and use their overwhelming firepower to destroy anything before it comes their way. Should start here in just a second. Current match is the Skyborne versus the East Charlatan Traders. Alright, here we go for the second match of the first match of the second round, excuse me. First off, we have the Helios, which is a Mobula packing a Hades on its center position, Banshees on its lower sides, and then Flare and Gat on its wings. Ship number 2 is another Mobula, the Reborn. It is a Mobula with Gat on its center, Artemis on lower, and Banshees on its wings. Ship number 3, now for the blue team, is the Calamar. It is a squid, atypical to the name, with a Carronade on front, Banshee on its side, and Gatling on stern. Ship number 4, and last but not least, is the Elder Moth. It is a Junker packing a Carronade Flamer on its port side, Banshees on its front and upper deck right, and Gatling on its bottom. Excuse me for the yawn. Been a long day already. Looks like the blue team is going to push right up through the center, not even wasting any time. They are already moving up into grid C6. The Reborn and the Helios going to take a wider open route along the left side of the map, try and get themselves some cover. However, spots go out against the Calamar and the Reborn and the Helios, not giving them a lot of time to regroup, to position up. Engagements will start shortly. Spots on both break, however. Nothing is spotted. Both allies are now making moves to move their current position, set themselves somewhere up more favorable. Reborn and the Helios taking a very high position, however, taking a very high ground as spots go out against the Elder Moth, which are just in range. Flares go out against clouds as well. Elder Moth is spot as the Calamar attempts to move around the right side, though no spot there just yet. Will they get there in time for the Elder Moth to be able to hold on and dodge this gunfire, which they are doing expertly well, moving behind some hard cover there. Very good move on their part. Reborn right now taking the high ground with the Helios as Calamar continues to set up its own position. However, getting spotted and taking a significant amount of damage very quickly. That Mobula still possessing a very fair amount of damage and very good amount of damage despite recent changes, the recent rebalancing changes. The Reborn and the Helios still maintaining position, moving in on the Elder Moth a little bit though, creeping up just a bit to ruin that use of hard cover there. Elder Moth having a hard time keeping its Gatling and arc. However, Banshees go out strong against the Reborn. Calamar taking a flanking route around the back, but if they can't move around quick enough, the Elder Moth will be in some serious jeopardy. Elder Moth now backing out as well as Hades move in on the Elder Moth. No significant damage as of yet. Elder Moth doing a wonderful job of tanking and keeping themselves alive while that squid gets a flanking route. However, it doesn't look like Helios and Reborn are going to buy it. They knew the trap. They knew what Calamar was attempting to do. Now the Calamar is focused fired by everything the red team has, with Elder Moth in a poor position to give covering fire. Artemis go out, getting a little bit of damage into the Calamar, but nothing significant as of yet. Calamar attempting to run. However, Elder Moth coming back into the fight, and now the focus fire of the Reborn and the Helios. They are taking a fair amount of damage here and having a hard time keeping some of its guns online with counter Artemis fire. Breaking just about everything they have. Elder Moth, however, taking no real health damage as of yet, but not able to deal any back. There goes the first armor break on the Elder Moth, with Banshee coming in to do some serious damage. Packing heat, my goodness. There falls the ship. Was that like Lochnagar on that? That was impressive damage by one Banshee. Calamar, though damaged in the recent engagement, backing down as quickly as they can, going to try and drop low below any cloud cover. Cloud cover dispersed, though, by flares. Calamar moving around the right side as Helios and Reborn are regrouping in the center of the canyon. Elder Moth has respawned as well, moving into the canyon as quick as they can, see if they can get a bit of a pincer maneuver on the Helios and Reborn. However, it does not look like these ships are going to buy either maneuver. They're not turning either way for each ship. Helios now turning for a bit of where it thinks the squid is. However, Reborn going to go take a good covered position up in about grid C6 area. Elder Moth going to have a hard time keeping its guns alive here with some counter-armament fires unless that Calamar can come in and be a wonderful distraction against the Helios, but the Helios predicted that movement. Reborn and Helios both focusing down the Calamar with Elder Moth and joining the engagement with Flamer and Carronade. Hope that Chem Sprayer, those engineers are very aware of that and are ready to protect themselves from fire. Looks like nothing significant on the Helios though, so that must be some good Chem Spray routes. Elder Moth now taking some severe damage as some tar tanks frame rates across the board. An unexpected weapon on board. The Reborn now laying down the law with some good fire onto the Elder Moth, which is just barely holding on in terms of armor. One more armor break, and I believe Gatling will finish them off here. Calamar attempting to give cover, but very little they can do. Getting some damage into the Reborn, but nothing significant. They're going to try and just run for it. I can't enable ship info, sure. And now the Helios and the Reborn moving against the Calamar. Some damage going in there. Significant amount of damage. However, having a hard time keeping some of its engines online. Taking more and more damage as it goes along. Helios continuing to batter them in with Hades Fire. Taking out the balloon. Getting a little bit of Banshee in there, but nothing significant enough to kill it. Elder Moth respawning as well. And squaring off with the Reborn. Ooh, that tar cloud is for some reason tanking frame rates across the board as the Elder Moth now has taken more and more damage from some of these ships. Reborn doing a fair amount of damage with some of that Banshee fire as Helios presses in on that squid, getting another kill, 3-0 in favor of Red. Elder Moth not having the easiest time keeping itself alive. Elder Moth taking still more and more damage as Banshee eventually starts to putz away. Armor in balloon on fire, losing both at the same time. Nothing explosive. Oh, never mind. The Helios turning itself in arc, getting some good Banshee fire in arc. 4-0, finishing up yet another ship there. Very good set of combat. Alright, looks like 4-0 with neither blue ships respawned just yet. So is my stream having problems or is just my end? I hope it's just my end. Hoping I'm not watching it. And either way, we have the Helios moving against the Calamar with the other Mobula as well. The Calamar extending a little bit far there. They're taking a significant amount of damage as the Elder Moth attempts to move in. However, with only one more ship kill needed. They are having a hard time pressing there. Reborn moving in on the Elder Moth. Going to keep them back. Going to keep that ship back as the Calamar is peppered away by the Helios. So getting a little bit of damage in themselves. Oh, a bad ramp on the wall there as balloon was popped. Armor break. Helios going to take an opportunity here as Calamar attempts to dodge as best they can. Reborn taking significant damage from the Elder Moth, however, as Banshee and Gatling fire eventually start to take their toll on this Mobula. The Moth having a very hard time keeping that armor up. Calamar damaged as well. Both these engagements not going in the favor of blue. A fair amount of damage going out from these ships, but not enough to keep these get these guys back. Question will be which ship might fall first. Reborn getting another armor break on the Elder Moth. Armor miss going in. Very high damage. Very good damage there. Gatling trying to break that armor if they can get it down one last time. And down sinks the Junker, giving Skyborne a 5-0 win. A good win. Congratulations and happy birthday.